Good morning, students. Today we will continue with the dot product. We will do one more example in dot product and then we will see some theorems, equations of plane using dot product, etc. Okay. So we are going to do one example in dot product. So that is this example. We already completed 5 examples. Vector methods in geometry. We have done 5 examples of solving geometrical problems using vectors. 5 examples we have completed. This is the 6th example. Okay. Prove that in a triangle ABC, the length of the median through the vertex A is 1 by 2 into square root of 2b square plus 2c square minus a square, where small a is equal to the length of the side BC, small b is equal to the length of the side CA, and small c is equal to length of the side AB. Please refer to this diagram. I have drawn a triangle ABC. Our aim is to find the length of the median through the vertex A. For the vertex A, opposite side is BC. So I have considered the midpoint of the side BC. That is D here. Consider the midpoint of the side BC. Suppose it is D. Then I have joined A and D. So now I want a formula for the length AD in terms of the sides of the triangle. Sides of the triangle are small a, small b, small c, where small a is BC, small b is CA, small c is AB. Okay, we have to find the length of the median in terms of the sides of the triangle. Okay, I will take A as origin and AB bar as small b bar. Here you see A as origin, AB bar as small b bar. So position vector of B is small b bar. So I will write it in the bracket. Similarly, position vector of C with respect to the origin A is AC bar. Let it be C bar. So I write it in the bracket here. For the point C, its position vector in the bracket. So if this points B is B bar and C is C bar, then what will be the position vector of the midpoint D? Naturally, it will be B bar plus C bar by 2. So, AD bar, the position vector of D is B bar plus C bar by 2. I have written here also. Okay. Then, we want the length of the median, is it not? Length of the median is what? AD. So, AD square let us consider. Start from there, AD square. AD square, is it not the magnitude of the vector AD bar whole square? Yes. Magnitude of the vector AD bar whole square. So we have this important formula. Which formula? A bar square stands for what? A bar dot A bar is equal to mod A bar whole square. This is a very important formula. A bar square is the symbol for A bar dot A bar, which is equal to mod A bar into cos 0, but cos 0 is 1, so mod A bar whole square. So here I am using this. Mod of any vector whole square is equal to that vector whole square. So mod of AD bar whole square is equal to AD bar whole square. But AD bar whole square means AD bar dot AD bar. Okay. Leave it. But AD bar, I have from the figure, see, AD bar position vector of D, B bar plus C bar by 2. B bar plus C bar by 2 whole square. So 1 by 2 whole square becomes 1 by 4. B bar plus C bar whole square. B bar plus C bar whole square, directly we have formula. B bar square plus C bar square plus 2 B bar dot C bar. Okay. 1 by 4 into b bar square is equal to mod b bar square. Here this formula again and again we are using. A bar square is equal to mod a bar square. Mod a bar square is equal to a bar square. So b bar square is nothing but b bar dot b bar, which is equal to mod b bar square. Similarly, c bar square is mod c bar square. And what is the formula for b bar dot c bar? 2 into what? This 2 into b bar dot c bar is mod b mod c into cos of the angle between b bar and c bar. What is the angle between b bar and c bar? See in the figure. This is b bar, that is c bar. So the angle between them is clearly angle A of the triangle. So cos A, mod b bar mod c bar cos A. So 1 by 4 into what is mod b bar? See the figure. Mod b bar is AB bar, is it not? B bar is AB bar, so mod b bar square means AB square, length of the vector whole square. Similarly, mod c bar means c bar is AC bar, so mod c bar square means AC square. Similarly, same way here, 2 into mod b mod c, AB AC cos A. But here see, small a is equal to BC, B is equal to CA, C is equal to AB, substitute them. So AB is nothing but C, C square, AC is nothing but B, B square, plus 2 into AB is C and AC is B, cos A. Cos A, yesterday in the example number 5, we have found a formula. Cos A. Cos A is equal to what? B square plus C square minus A square by 2BC. So this formula from yesterday's example number 5. Yesterday we have proved cos A is equal to B square plus C square minus A square by 2BC. This 2BC and this 2BC, that they get cancelled out. So C square plus B square plus again plus B square plus C square minus A square. So you will get 2B square plus 2C square minus A square. Of course, 1 by 4 is there outside. This is all equal to AD square. Therefore, take square root both sides. AD will be 1 by 2 into root of 2b square plus 2c square minus a square. Okay. So, similarly, other medians lengths also you can find the formulas. AD, length of the median through the vertex A. AD is the length of the median through the vertex A. So, you have a square minus a square at the end. Therefore, B, length of the median through the vertex B will be equal to what? Minus B square will be at the end, and half into square root of remaining two sides, 2c square plus 2a square. Similarly, CF, length of the median through C is equal to half into, this is length of the median through C minus c square. So remaining terms 2a square plus 2b square, remaining sides will come with positive sign and also with coefficient 2. So half into root of 2a square plus 2b square plus 2a square plus 2b square minus c square. Half into square root of 2a square plus 2b square minus c square. So thus, if you know the lengths of the sides of the triangle small a, small b, small c, then you can find the lengths of the medians of the triangle using these formulae. So actually these are formulas from the chapter properties of triangles. So we are going to deal with it in trigonometry. Okay. Next I think there is some theorems. Okay. Vector equation of a plane. Already we have found the equation of a plane in three different forms. Do you remember? Plane passing through the point A bar and parallel to the vectors B bar and C bar. Plane passing through one point and parallel to two vectors. Next, plane passing through 2 points and parallel to one vector. Next, third one, plane passing through 3 points. But all those equations are in terms of parameters, where T, S, etc. some parameters we are using, real parameters. But here now we are going to derive a formula for the equation of the plane without any parameter. Okay. Vector equation of a plane normal form. What is the theorem? Let us see. The vector equation of the plane, please read the theorem. The vector equation of the plane whose perpendicular distance from the origin is p and whose unit normal vector drawn from the origin towards the plane is n cap is r bar dot equal to p. Simply r bar dot n cap is equal to p. See, this is the equation of the plane. R bar dot n cap is equal to p. In this, what is r bar? R bar is the position vector of any point, general point in the plane. R bar always stands for the position vector of any general point in a line or a plane, whichever equation we are deriving. Okay. So r bar is here is the position vector of some general point in the plane. What is n cap? You should be very clear with that. What is n cap? Suppose there is a plane in space and from origin you have dropped a perpendicular to the plane. Okay. So in that direction, that means from origin towards the plane, perpendicular direction. In that direction, unit vector is n cap. Okay. Away from the origin towards the plane. Away from the origin towards the plane and also perpendicular to the plane. In that direction, the unit vector is n cap. And what is p there? P is exactly the distance of the plane, perpendicular distance from the origin to the plane. So this is the equation. So we are going to prove it. Okay. First of all, see the diagram. So that parallelogram like thing I have that will represent a plane. I am calling it plane pi. I have named the plane pi. So plane pi. Actually plane will extend in all directions, but this parallelogram is a part of it. That's all. Okay. Suppose O is the origin here. From O I have dropped a perpendicular to the plane and n is the foot of the perpendicular. All of you please see the diagram. From the origin O I have dropped a perpendicular to the plane and the foot of the perpendicular is n. Therefore, this distance ON is equal to P. I have shown it here. Perpendicular distance from the origin to the plane is P, is it not? So, ON is equal to P. In this direction, from O to N, in this direction, n cap is a unit vector up to here only. Okay, this is vector. From O to this point, it is one unit. Unit vector means a vector of magnitude 1 unit, is it not? So from origin to this point, suppose it is 1 unit. So if I put arrow like this, it is n cap. It is a unit vector perpendicular to the plane or normal to the plane. Normal to the plane means perpendicular to the plane. Okay. Unit normal is saying whose unit normal vector drawn from the origin. So normal means perpendicular. Use unit normal vector drawn from the origin towards the plane is n cap. Suppose this is n cap up to here. Then we have to find the equation of the plane. Okay. So first of all, I will find ON bar. O is the origin and n is the foot of the perpendicular. What is ON bar? ON length is P. Is it not? ON magnitude is P and in that direction unit vector is n cap. So ON bar here, ON bar is simply P into n cap. Is it not? Magnitude of the vector ON bar P, that is P, into in the direction unit vector n cap. So ON bar is P n cap. So I have written it here in the bracket. On bar is nothing but the position vector of n with respect to the origin, is it not? So therefore I have written in the bracket of n, Pn cap is the position vector of n. Okay. Now what we have to do is to find the equation of the plane. We have to take any general point P in the plane. See here, see the diagram. Let P be any general point in the plane. I have joined OP and I have put an arrow. Let it be OP, let OP bar be equal to R bar. That means R bar is the position vector of any general point in the plane. So P's position vector is R bar, so therefore I have written in the bracket R bar. Now consider NP bar. N is a point. N is the foot of the perpendicular from the origin to the plane. So N is a point in the plane. P is also a point in the plane. Therefore NP bar, the vector NP bar is a vector completely lying in the plane. NP bar is a vector flatly lying in the plane. Therefore it will be perpendicular to ON bar, is it not? ON is perpendicular from the origin to the plane. And NP is a vector completely lying in the plane. So therefore ON and NP are perpendicular. I have shown right angle here. So NP bar, which is a vector completely lying in the plane, is perpendicular to ON bar. Therefore their dot product will be 0 or not. NP bar dot ON bar will be 0 because they are perpendicular vectors. But what is NP bar? NP bar is what? Position vector of P minus position vector of N, is it not? NP bar is position vector of P minus position vector of N. What is position vector of P in the diagram? R bar. Position vector of N? Pn cap. So R bar minus Pn cap. So that is NP bar. Dot ON bar. ON bar is the position vector of N only, is it not? In the bracket of N, Pn cap. Okay. So because these two vectors are perpendicular, then dot product will be equal to 0. Now dot product is distributive, so distribute it. Okay. So R bar, this R bar dot P n cap. But remember that P is just a scalar. Scalar will move freely. Is it not? Vectors will consider dot product, but P is a scalar. It can be brought forward. So R bar dot P n cap is equal to P into R bar dot n cap. Because P is a scalar, I can take it out. Minus second vector. This into the dot product of this. Here also minus P is there. P is there here. So that is minus P square will come forward. That is a scalar. N bar dot n bar. N bar dot n bar. Okay. Is equal to 0 right side. So P, first thing no change. This I am taking. But what is n bar dot n bar? N cap dot n cap. Mod n cap whole square. Is it not? N cap dot n cap is equal to n cap whole square. That is mod n cap whole square. But mod n cap is 1 because it is a unit vector. So therefore n cap dot n cap is equal to 1. Therefore simply this minus P square can be taken to the right side. It becomes P square. Now in this 1 P can be cancelled out. P here, a square there. So R bar dot n cap is equal to P. Okay. R bar dot n cap is equal to P. This will be true for any point P in the plane, is it not? Wherever you take P in the plane, if you join n bar, that is a vector completely lying in the plane, it will be perpendicular to ON bar. So the dot product will be 0. So all points in the plane satisfy this equation. This is the equation of the plane. R bar dot n cap is equal. That is the equation. R bar. It is the position vector of any general point in the plane. What is n cap? It is a unit vector in which direction? perpendicular from the origin towards the plane. It is a unit vector in the direction of perpendicular from the origin towards the plane, not towards the origin, away from the origin towards the plane, perpendicular direction. In that direction, unit vector is n cap. And what is p? P is exactly the perpendicular distance from the origin to the plane. Please remember this. So P is fixed here. It is perpendicular distance from the origin to the plane is fixed. So n cap is also fixed. Unit vector from the origin towards the plane is also fixed. So here there are no parameters. Is it not? Just like in the previous examples we have t and s as parameters. Here there are no parameters. So this is called normal form, because here n cap is unit normal vector to the plane, towards the plane from the origin. So that is why it is called normal form. Okay, let us go to the next page. Note, if the plane passes through the origin, then P is equal to 0, is it not? What is P? It is the perpendicular distance from the origin to the plane. Suppose origin itself is in the plane is passing through the origin, then the perpendicular distance P will be 0. So if the plane passes through the origin, P will be equal to 0, and hence the vector equation of the plane is r bar dot n bar is equal to 0. R bar dot n bar is equal to P, but that P is 0, so r bar dot n bar is equal to 0. Where here instead of using n cap, I am using n bar, where n bar is any vector normal that is perpendicular to the plane. See, n bar is any vector perpendicular to the plane. It need not be unit vector. Its magnitude need not be 1 unit. N bar is any vector perpendicular to the plane, whatever may be the magnitude. See the diagram here. This is plane pi, is it not? Origin is in the plane. What is this green color vector? It is a vector perpendicular to the plane, n bar. I am not calling it n cap, but n bar. So magnitude need not be 1, it can be any magnitude, but its direction is perpendicular to the plane. N bar is a vector perpendicular to the plane in green color. Okay. Now how to find the equation of this plane? Origin is in the plane, n bar is a vector perpendicular to the plane. How to find the equation? Take any general point P in the plane, join it to origin. So OP bar is the position vector of that point, let it be r bar. So we have written in the brackets. This vector OP bar, because O and P are both in the plane, OP bar, is it not a vector completely lying in the plane? And what about n bar? It is perpendicular to the plane. So therefore r bar dot n bar will be 0, because they are just perpendicular. So this is true wherever you take P. You take another P, join it. Suppose this is r bar. This is also a vector completely lying in the plane. So it will be perpendicular to the plane. All vectors in the plane, all vectors which are completely lying in the plane will be perpendicular to n bar. So their dot product will be 0 only. So therefore r bar dot n bar is equal to 0. Here the important point is, passing through the origin, the important point is n bar need not be unit vector. It can be any vector of any magnitude, but its direction is perpendicular to the plane. Okay. Next, second point. In the previous example, r bar dot n cap is equal to P. In the previous theorem, n bar is a unit vector, is it not? Perpendicular from the origin towards the plane, it is a unit vector. So let us take n cap as Li plus Mj plus Nk. Suppose the unit vector drawn from the origin towards the plane, perpendicular to the plane, is Li cap plus Mj cap plus Nk cap. It is a unit vector. It is a unit vector implies what? Magnitude will be 1 unit. What is the magnitude? Root of L square plus M square plus N square. That is 1 unit. That means L square plus M square plus N square is equal to 1. Because it is unit vector. Next, R bar is what? R bar is the position vector of any general point in the plane. So, in the Cartesian form, we can take it as R bar is equal to some xi plus yj plus zk. Let R bar is equal to xi plus yj plus zk. That is any general point in the plane. Now, what is the equation of the plane? R bar dot n cap is equal to P. R bar is xi plus yj plus zk dot n cap is li plus mj plus nk is equal to P. But what is the dot product of two vectors? First vector is a1, a2, a3. Second vector is b1, b2, b3. What is the dot product? a1, b1 plus a2, b2 plus a3, b3. Therefore, dot product is here x into L, Lx, plus my into m, my, plus z into n, nz. That's all. That is the left hand side dot product is equal to P. So, this equation where P is what? P is perpendicular distance from the origin to the plane. Therefore, we take always it as positive. Perpendicular distance from the origin to the plane, we take always a positive quantity. So, that is where P is greater than 0, positive, and L square plus M square plus N square is equal to 1 because it is a unit vector. Li plus mj plus nk is a unit vector, therefore L square plus M square plus N square is equal to 1. So, this form is called what? Is called the normal form of the equation of a plane in the Cartesian coordinates. R bar dot n cap is equal to P, that is the normal form in the vectors, in the vector terminology. But whereas in Cartesian coordinates, same equation can be written as Lx plus My plus Nz is equal to P. What are L, M, N here? They are the what? Li plus Mj plus Nk. It is a unit vector normal to the plane, from the origin towards the plane. Is it not? So, always in the equation of the plane, x coefficient, y coefficient and z coefficient are what? They are, that represents a vector, unit vector, perpendicular from the origin towards the plane. So, Li plus Mj plus Nk, if it is a unit vector, then Lmn we call it direction cosines, is it not? If it is a vector, Lmn are called direction ratios. If it is a unit vector, they are called Lmn are called direction cosines. So, Lmn are nothing but direction cosines of the normal vector to the plane. Okay. So, this is the Cartesian form. So, always x coefficient, y coefficient, z coefficient, Lmn, that means Li plus Mj plus Nk. Remember that it is a vector perpendicular to the plane. Direction ratios are direction cosines of a vector perpendicular to the plane. And P is the perpendicular distance and P must be positive. Okay. So, here Lmn are the DCs I have written, see. Lmn are the DCs of the normal to the plane and P is the perpendicular distance from the origin to the plane. Okay. Now, let us take an example. Write the equation of the plane. See, equation of the plane generally it will be in this form, is it not? Ax plus by plus cz plus d is equal to 0. That is the Cartesian equation of a plane. Okay, Cartesian coordinates. Write the equation of the plane in the normal form. Normal form means Lx plus My plus Nz is equal to P, where P should be positive, and also L square plus M square plus N square must be equal to 1. That means Lmn should be direction cosines, not direction ratios. Okay. So normal form I am writing. Normal form is Lx plus My plus Nz is equal to P, where P is greater than 0, that is first condition, and L square plus M square plus N square is equal to 1, that is the second condition. Then only it is called correct normal form. So I have taken the equation 2x minus 3y plus 6z. Constant P must be on the right, we have taken it to the other side, is it not? So I have taken 21 to the other side, minus 21. But this is wrong way. I have written wrong way. Why it is wrong? P must be positive. Right side constant must be positive. Therefore, multiply by minus 1 again. This equation is wrong actually, because P is negative here. So multiply by minus 1. So minus 2x plus 3y minus 6z is equal to 21. Correct. This is 21. But here these coefficients, x coefficient, y coefficient, z coefficient, minus 2, 3, 6 are what? They are the drs of the, not dc's but drs. They are the drs of the normal to the plane. Perpendicular to the plane, there will be a vector. That vector's drs. That means minus 2i plus 3j minus 6k is a vector perpendicular to the plane. Okay. So how to make a vector unit vector? By dividing by its modulus. So to make them DCs, DRs, if you want to make DCs, this minus 2, 3, minus 6 vector should be made a unit vector. So divide both sides by its magnitude. Magnitude is root of minus 2 whole square plus 3 square plus 6 square, that is root 49 is equal to 7. So divide by 7 both sides. So this equation I am dividing by 7 both sides. Minus 2x plus 3y minus 6z by 7, right hand side 21 by 7. So now minus 2 by 7 into x plus 3 by 7 into y plus minus 6 by 7 into z is equal to 3. This is the correct normal form. Lx plus my plus nz is equal to p. Lx plus my plus nz is equal to p. Now actually the perpendicular distance from the origin to the plane is 3 units, not 21 units. Originally it was 21, is it not? But 21 is not the distance from the origin to the plane. Origin to the plane, the distance is 3 units only. Because on the left hand side, the drs must be converted into dc's by dividing by the magnitude of the normal vector. Okay. What are LMN now? Here I have written perpendicular distance from the origin is 3. What are the dc's of the normal to the plane? Direction cosines of the normal to the plane. That the direction cosines means unit vector. So minus 2 by 7, 3 by 7, minus 6 by 7. That means minus 2 by 7 I plus 3 by 7 j minus 6 by 7 k is a unit vector from the origin towards the plane perpendicular to the plane. Okay. It is a unit vector. You will get L square plus M square plus, if you square these things and add, you will get 1. Okay. Let us see the next one. Vector equation of the plane passing through the point A. In brackets, of course, its position vector A bar and perpendicular to the vector N bar is R bar minus A bar dot N bar is equal to 0. This is very easy. Let us see the plane. So, diagram. See the parallelogram like thing. The plane is represented by a parallelogram, that is part of a parallel. Origin is also shown. Okay, the plane is passing through the point A, capital A. See in the diagram, this is A. Is it not? This is our origin. So OA bar is the position vector of A, it is A bar. OA bar is A bar. So in the bracket I have written its position vector for the point A. So A is a point in the plane. And the plane is perpendicular to the vector N bar. Vector equation of the plane passing through the point A and perpendicular to the vector n bar. That means the plane is perpendicular to n bar means, say here I have drawn from A as initial point, I have drawn a vector n bar, you can see in pink color. Because vectors can be shifted parallelly to anywhere by using the free vector concept, I can take the initial point of n bar at the point A. I can shift it, okay, if I want. So this n bar is what? It is a vector perpendicular to the plane. It is a vector perpendicular to the plane means it is perpendicular to each and every vector in the plane. It is perpendicular to each and every vector in the plane. Okay, so n bar is a vector perpendicular to the plane. Now to find the equation of the plane, what we have to do? We have to take any general point P in the plane. Let P be any point in the plane. Let OP bar is equal to R bar. That is the position vector of P. I have shown it in the bracket. Join A and P. A is a point in the plane. P is also a point in the plane. Join A and P and put an arrow. Consider AP bar. So AP bar is a vector completely lying in the plane. So I am showing it here. AP bar. Position vector of P minus position vector of A. Position vector of P is R bar minus position vector of A is A bar. R bar minus A bar. It is a vector in the plane. Completely in the plane. Therefore, it will be perpendicular to n bar. So, therefore, R bar minus A bar is perpendicular to n bar. Because every vector in the plane is perpendicular to the normal vector. Okay. So, therefore, their dot product will be 0. So, R bar minus A bar dot n bar is equal to 0 will be the equation of the plane. Because this is true wherever you take the point P. Instead of here, you take here. Let its position vector be R bar. Join it to A and put an arrow like this. Now also AP bar is a vector completely lying in the plane. It will be perpendicular to n bar. So therefore their dot product will be 0. So the position vectors of all points in the plane will satisfy this equation. All R bars which are position vectors of any point in the plane will satisfy the equation. Therefore this is the equation of the plane. Okay. Let us see the next one. Angle between two planes. This is also an important concept. Angle between two planes. See the diagram. See the diagram. Plane 1. I have shown plane 1. Plane 1 is this blue line. Is it not? Why the plane is looking like a line? Because this is a side view. Side view cross section. So a plane is looking like a line because we are seeing the edge of the plane. This is plane 1. We are seeing the edge of the plane. So this straight line, blue straight line represents a plane. Similarly, plane 2 also, this blue line. This blue line is also looking like a straight line because that is the edge of the plane, because we are seeing from the side. Okay. Then this is called actually the angle between the theta. Plane 1 and plane 2, from the side view, this angle is theta, that is the angle between the two planes. Of course, if that angle is theta, this angle in pink color will be 180 minus theta. So like in straight lines, in coordinate geometry, two-dimensional geometry, in between straight lines, two angles will be there. Is it not? Acute angle, obtuse angle. Similarly, between any two planes also, two angles will be there, theta and 180 minus theta. Now that is okay. Now what we are doing is, plane 1, you take plane 1 here, this is the plane 1, blue color, and I am drawing a normal vector, pink color, this one, 90 degrees here, see. So this pink color vector going up, is it not? It is perpendicular to plane 1. Similarly to plane 2, that means this blue line, I am drawing a perpendicular vector in another same pink color, here 90 degrees. So this vector is normal vector to the plane 2. So this angle is 90, this angle is 90. Suppose this angle is theta. So in the quadrilateral ABCD, what will be the remaining angle? 90 here, 180 over. Total angle in a quadrilateral is 360. 180 is already over. So here it is theta. Therefore here it will be 180 minus theta. That means the angle between the normal vectors, the pink vectors, which are normals to the two planes, 180 minus theta. If it is 180 minus theta, the other angle between will be theta. Is it not? So that means whatever angles are there between the two planes, theta and 180 minus theta, same angles will be there between the normals to the two planes. Therefore, the definition now you can easily understand. The angle between two planes is defined as the angle between their normals, because theta 180 minus theta are actually this theta and this 180 minus theta are the actual angles. But between the normals also same angles are there, theta and 180 minus theta. So therefore the angle between the two planes is defined as the angle between their normals. Note, there will be two angles theta and 180 minus theta between two planes. The acute angle is taken as the angle between the two planes. Out of these two, theta and 180 minus theta, whichever is acute, that we take it as angle between the two planes. That is the first point. Now, if the angle between the two planes r bar dot n1 cap is equal to p1 and r bar dot n2 cap is equal to p2 is theta. See, the two planes are given in the normal form. n1 cap is a vector normal to the first plane. p1 of course is the distance from the origin to the first plane. Similarly, what is n2 cap? n2 cap is a unit normal vector perpendicular to the second plane. p2 is the distance from the origin to the second plane. Suppose the angle between these two planes is theta, then angle between the two planes is defined as the angle between the two normals. What are the two normals? n1 cap and n2 cap are two normals. So therefore between n1 and cap and n2 cap the angle is theta. Between the two vectors n1 cap and n2 cap, which are unit vectors, the angle is theta between them. So what is the formula for cos theta using dot product? Cos theta is equal to a bar dot b bar by mod a bar mod b bar. So therefore here now cos theta will be n1 cap dot n2 cap by mod n1 cap mod n2 cap. But mod n1 cap is one unit, mod n2 cap is also one unit, because they are unit vectors. So therefore cos theta is equal to what? n1 cap dot n2 cap. Actually numerator we don't take modulus, but because theta is acute angle is called the angle between the two planes. Therefore if n1 cap dot n2 cap may be negative, so we are taking modulus to the numerator also, because theta is acute. So that is the formula for cos theta, which is where theta is the angle between these two planes. R bar dot n1 cap is equal to p1, r bar dot n2 cap is equal to p2. Then theta is given by this formula. Cos theta is mod of n1 cap dot n2 cap. Okay. The planes, third point, the planes are perpendicular if n1 cap dot n2 cap is equal to 0. Is it not? If the two normals are perpendicular, n1 cap and n2 cap are perpendicular, then dot product will be 0. n1 cap dot n2 cap will be 0. So that means angle will be 90 degrees. The planes are perpendicular. The planes are parallel if n1 cap is parallel to n2 cap. Because suppose two planes, here I am drawing, two planes are parallel. we are seeing the edges of the planes, so they are looking like straight lines. Suppose these two are parallel planes, then their normals also will be parallel, is it not? This is normal vector to the first plane, this is normal vector to the second plane. So normal vectors are what? n1 cap and n2 cap, unit normal vectors. They will also be parallel. So if the planes are parallel, if the planes are parallel if n1 cap is parallel to n2 cap. Planes are perpendicular if n1 cap dot n2 cap is equal to 0. Okay. So I think we have to stop here because the time is up. Next problems only we have to do it. So examples, next class onwards we will do some examples. Okay. Okay students, we will meet in the next class. We will do examples on dot product. Okay.